On December 17th of last year, President Obama announced that our policy towards Cuba is changing and will be changing. Unfortunately, the embargo is not over, and all the president can do by executive order is take the water out of the bathtub. The bathtub is still there, and all of the water can be put back in unless this law, the Helms-Burton law that holds the embargo, is repealed. That takes 2/3 of Congress to do so. I think it's really important for the American people to understand how we've all been embargoed for the past 54 years. And I think hearing this from eyewitnesses that were actually in the room all the way through this period of history is a good way to do so. I asked the questions, they gave us the answers, and this is for you.
When the missile crisis came, my father spent most of the 13 days in the White House, and he said that we had to be good soldiers and show up at school, that if there was a nuclear war, that none of us would want to be around afterwards.
Well, to me, embargo has been my journey through history. And I had the opportunity to meet the people that were actually in the room, or closest to the people that were in the room that actually made and lived the history. And what I learned through all of this was that what I thought was our history wasn't exactly our history and wasn't really in the context of the time period of the embargo. And I think what I would like the takeaway to be for the viewers of Embargo is to be open-minded to the fact that this history really didn't start in 1959. It has a life before 1959. And what that life is something that we are all very familiar with, but we don't really realize how it fits in the timeline of everything that has transpired over the last 54 years. It's a big message, but the takeaway is that there is a history beyond the history that we all thought we knew. Well, back in 2002, I had the opportunity to meet Fidel Castro. And after I met Fidel Castro, there were some real questions that I had. And I never thought really about making a movie. I just thought about asking the question, why do we still have an embargo? And I asked that for myself. And that led me on a path, that led me to another path, that led me to another path. And then all of a sudden, the film became an idea, and then that idea became a reality. It's almost a reality. As an independent first-time director, it's starting from the bottom up. I didn't know my history. I didn't know anything about the embargo. I didn't know any of the people that I went out and learned about and read about and interviewed. So that was my first challenge. My second challenge as an independent filmmaker is raising funds to pursue my dream, as it is for every independent filmmaker. And I think that has been a huge challenge in getting this film to the place that it is now. And it's important to understand the history in the context of the last 54 years. And what I really would love to do with this film is get it out there, get it finished, and get it seen by as many Americans as possible. It's a call to action, and I would love to see Embargo actually help change a policy that has been wrong for 54 years and has done nothing to help families between the United States and Cuba.